Have you ever heard about those 5 a.m., wake up, get into an ice bath, go for a run type of radical morning routines? Yeah, me too. I have tried waking up at 5 a.m. and I have tried waking up at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. and all these different things throughout the different seasons. I live in Canada and the sun varies a lot through summer and winter. So, this is a morning routine that I have developed and perfected through the last years, 6 or 7 years. And I want to share with you and share the times in which I do it during the winter and the summer, and how I just carry my mornings without maybe needing to be so extreme as to go in on an ice bath or just wake up at 5 a.m. every day if that is something that doesn't work for you. So I have tried waking up at 5 a.m. and this is the same routine that I would do if I needed to wake up at 5 a.m. for work. So there's a scientific term called allostatic load, and this defines the overall stress that your body is going through. So it's about the social stress, the physical stress, and then the mental stress that maybe you're going through. And these are kind of the three buckets of categories that can be taking your energy and making you more tired or sleepy or making you feel like you need to rest more. In the summers, personally, I really love to be outside, I love to be physically active, and I love to see my friends and enjoy the good weather. So it's actually counterintuitive that during the summers, I need to sometimes sleep more than the winters, or I feel more tired, or maybe it seems like I need to sleep more, but it's actually I'm sleeping the same amount. It's just that because the sun is up so early at 5 a.m., I live in Vancouver in Canada, it seems like so much day has gone by. But if you were to wake up at 7 a.m. in November in the middle of winter here in Canada, it would seem like you're waking up really, really early. So it depends on, the times that the sun goes up. But to go back to the concept I was talking about, the allostatic load is about how much stress you're putting into your body. And so personally, I have found that maybe waking up at 5 a.m. is not that beneficial for me or for my life and my life with my partner, etc. So a time that works well for me right now during summer and in this season of my life, because these things change as well, is 7:30 a.m. So I have an alarm set for 7 a.m. and I wake up at 7 a.m. mostly between Monday and Thursday, and I am trying this new thing where I want to be sleeping in a little bit more on Fridays and then wake up again at 7 on Saturdays to have the entire day for me, and on Sundays as well. So I usually tend to get a little more lazy on Fridays naturally, so I'm just trying to kind of ease the burden on myself on Fridays and still work a full day, but just wake up a little later and not feel guilty about it. So to remind myself the steps of my morning routine, I think as humans we're pretty forgetful creatures, and this is why I love using my Google Calendar, as I have spoken in many other videos at this point. I have a reminder that I have set for myself on my Google Calendar that pops up on my phone every day at 7 a.m. It says clothes, deodorant, set morning intention, affirmations, happy music, brushing teeth, sunscreen, face massage, makeup, tea, earrings, reading 5 pages, morning stretch, dance, happy yoga, and journal. These are all the things that I probably need to do in the morning, or I could do in the morning, and I usually forget 2 or more of them. Usually I don't do all of them, but this helps me remind myself of the things that I should be doing in the morning. For example, this morning I didn't put on any earrings, and so again, having these types of reminders helps me trigger that action. So literally following this order, I do things as such. I wake up, and first thing that I do is I change into clothes, because I have learned that if I don't change out of my pajamas, I am tempted to go back to sleep, to go into my warm bed, and especially during the winters, it's so tempting to just sneak back in. But to help me with that, I have developed the habit of the day before, at night, part of my nighttime routine, I put on the clothes that I'm going to use the morning after in my desk next to my bed, And so as soon as I wake up and I'm cold, I just change into different clothes that are warmer than my pajamas, and this keeps me warm without having to go back into bed, and I already help myself be more comfortable with being awake. So then if I am following the list and if I am remembering to do this, I go and I put on deodorant and I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, and I put on I wash my face and I put on sunscreen. So sunscreen for me is, again, something that, like my moisturizer, I have been doing for like the last 7 years. It's sacred, and I feel naked if I am not wearing sunscreen in my face. I started wearing sunscreen when I was like, again, 15, and this is because I used to live in Ecuador, and in Ecuador there's like really strong sun, and I did not want to have, wrinkles as young, or like little dots that develop on your skin like this one. So as soon as I knew that this was something that you needed to do, was like I started putting sunscreen every morning. And my sunscreen also serves as moisturizer. So when I put on my sunscreen, I like massage my face and I kind of like wake up my face and my face muscles, and I activate blood flow so that I can, again, feel more awake. Then after that, I put on some Vaseline, I put on some makeup if I am feeling like it that day, or if I have like an important event or meeting. I don't usually wear a lot of makeup, and I'm not a makeup heavy person. I understand if you are one, that's completely okay. That's just not the way that I work, and feel like my skin can breathe so much more like that. Something that I forgot to mention was that I start playing music almost as soon as I wake up. Almost like when I'm in bed, I start playing music. And this is because it helps me wake up. It helps me, like, it pushes me out of the bed, literally, and into the world. Or it just keeps me awake when I'm just, like, snoozing my alarm. I start, like, playing music, and some song, makes me, like, kind of, like, mentally and physically want to get up and wake up. So I start playing music. I have a specific morning routine that I have like curated, again, like through a few years of just like adding specific songs that I find that are more like about gratefulness and about like mindfulness and reminding myself how lucky I am to be alive every morning. I play that playlist some mornings, some others I don't, and I just play my like usual Spotify playlist. And some other days I play some like soft piano music that's like relaxing and helps me feel like I'm in a movie and like I'm just waking up and everything's beautiful and perfect, even if it's not, And then I usually go to the kitchen, make myself some tea and hot water. So I drink like half a cup of hot water first thing in the morning without tea, and then later after that cup I drink some tea, and then I start like stretching, kind of like waking up my body. Usually I still have the music going, so this helps me like wake up and want to stretch and want to dance a little bit, just kind of like wake up my body. Then I usually just like start with my day. I start working a little bit, or I go for a walk if I have time. And usually by then it's like 9 a.m., 9:30, and I have to get into work. So yeah, that is my morning routine. I remind myself, as I said in the beginning, to do this morning routine with a reminder on my phone that I have set as like repetition in my calendar. I find this really useful because sometimes I even forget, for example, put on earrings like I did today, or like what was that thing that used to make me happy? Oh yeah, to stretch. Like I haven't stretched in a few mornings and I should stretch. Or for example, like, oh, I should just like put on deodorant or foam roll, and I haven't done that. So little things like that, I find that as humans, like we just tend to forget. Even if I have been doing this for like the past 4 years, even sometimes like I get sick or something happens, I go on vacation, I go on a holiday, and then I've just forgotten my routine. So this is a very good reminder of like what I like to do in the mornings and how I like to do it. And it just triggers that action. So if you found this useful, I hope that you have. Leave me a comment telling you what other videos you would like to see. I hope that these like routine videos and helping you see how I run my life while I'm still working like a full-time job and another job on the side, as well as I am managing, my life, my personal, professional, my life with my partner, etc. has been helpful too. And it has all the knowledge that I have put together through the last 6 years of my adult life. And I hope it's been useful, and I will see you in the next video. Something I forgot to mention was that I put on I think the overall load that your body is going through está sangrando el dedo. And my sunscreen also is not super strong, but it also
My little soda pop.